we are, tail end of it. 1 year of Operation Butterfly, taking a moment to sit back and reflect on my kind of overall observations. Was this season a success? Yes, I will say unequivocally, yes, this was a success. It is so much fun to be playing golf the way I am right now, as opposed to where I was a year ago. And I think what's interesting about that is my handicap has largely remained the same. I'm about 15 at the end of this year, 14.9, down a half point from last year. But what's interesting in looking at the scores is very few, if not all of my scores that didn't count were in the 90s, which a year ago, if you would have looked, my high scores that didn't count were almost all in the hundreds, and those days were just not any fun on the golf course. So I would say even on my bad days today, I'm still having fun. I'm going out, I'm shooting bogey golf, maybe a little bit worse, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, and I guess let's take a look at this round that I just had at West Seattle as an example. When it goes right, it's really fun. Like, I really feel in control of my game. So check it out.
This round got off to a fantastic start with a beautiful drive. Let's just pause here and watch that shape. And in fact, why don't we watch this swing again in slow motion, because it kind of shows how far we've come here in this year. First tee, cold, morning dawn. That's what we get. Things kept going on the par 5. Another nice little shot here. This is the opening hole again. Put it over the green on my third shot. Had to chip back. Ugly little chip. Think we started off with a bogey, which, you know, you walk in off the streets onto the course, no warm-ups. We'll take that on that hard opening hole all the time. Second hole, pushed this a little bit left. Had to chip out of the trees, which left me this little punch shot, and got up and down for par. So 1 over after 2. We will take that on West Seattle 10 times out of 10. Heading into the par 3. Put a nice little swing on that one, as my new friends admired that from the whites. Managed to 2-putt and another par. But then things really got off track on this par 5. This was a hideous opening tee shot. Had to punch out from the trees on that, and then hit my 5-wood directly into the trees again. Had to punch out after that. Ended up taking a triple bogey, and kind of makes you wonder what might have been at the end of this round. Shot Tracer didn't do this shot any justice. It was just fine. He had a 5-iron in from about 180. Hit that one to about 25 feet. Made the putt for my first of 3 birdies on the day. What a great hole that was. Then on the par 3, left my tee shot a little bit right. Punched it, couldn't get up and down. Bogey. Hit a terrible shot on this one, but did manage to save bogey. And on this shot here, put it in really close on a very, very, very hard hole. So that was fun. This is a long par 4, and one that usually I'm happy to get a bogey with, but today I hit a great drive and followed up that great drive with an awesome second. Made the birdie putt, so we were on a roll. Unfortunately, it wouldn't last. Ugly double bogey coming in there. Making the turn at over +7, so respectable though. Back 9, let's go. And on that back 9, we would indeed go. Hit this one so far right and so long that I actually had a wonderful little second shot back into the correct fairway and made par. Had a nice tee shot here on a shortish par 3, made another par. And then on this par 5, which has a really tricky tee shot, hit a perfect drive, hit a wonderful second, a great third, made the putt and birdie. Followed that up on this really long hole with a very narrow miss for birdie and a par. And then on this uphill par 4, I believe I made a bogey. So we were really moving things quite well on the back 9. Yeah. Okay, we're officially entering some scary territory here. Starting to strike the ball here on the back nine after some putting saved me. Switch back to my high school putter. The thing is working magic. I have like 4 1-putts on the front. Actually, it has to be more than that because I have 3 birdies so far. Just striped a 6-iron up on top of a really hard green to get to. I think I'm gonna make this putt. Let's go. Missed the 6-footer for birdie. Made the tap in par. 6 over through 13. Things are moving fast. Let's go. Let's get one more birdie here. Birdie wasn't meant to be as I pushed this one to the left. Had to chip directly back out into the fairway, but was a very sensible play here as I left a easy little wedge in and a 2-putt for a bogey. You gotta take your lumps. Safe play. If there's such a thing as a good bogey, that was it. Left myself buried, had to punch out into the fairway. Prudent little pitch into the middle of the green, 2-putt bogey, next hole. Let's see what we can do. This is a tough one. Does not set up for the draw. Need to hit a fade off the tee. Not my strong suit anymore, especially not today. And fade it did indeed do. This was the perfect drive on this hole. And man, if I hadn't hit a crappy second, would have been on a roll. Okay, another bogey. Put myself in a really bad spot on the second. Was lucky to get in and 3 from there. So smart play from here on out. Maybe one more birdie, one more par on 17, 18. That sounds good. I'll take that. Two-putt par. Adventurous. Made a very long second putt. Rolled it probably 10 feet by. Downhill. 9 over, going into 18. We like that, so let's get a birdie here. This was such a great tee shot. Left myself right on the right side of the fairway with a wonderful angle in, and I really thought I made this shot as soon as it left my club. It was such a good look at birdie. Man, that was a great shot. All right, we got a birdie putt. Birdie putt slid by. Great putt though. God, I'll tell you what, this Wilson 8813 putter from my high school days is staying in the bag for at least another week. It earned a shot. My other one's in timeout for what it did on the golf trip. But 10 over at West Seattle, admittedly playing from the whites, which was a welcome retreat with my 2 new friends. And that was a great round, man. That was a great round.
So, goals for next year and what's going to happen next. Well, done a little reflection, and firstly, what I've decided is going into next season, there's no amount of money that I cannot spend on golf. Now, I haven't quite run that by my wife yet, and she might weigh in on that a little bit, but I think a limitless budget, no salary cap is probably in order going into next year. To that end, I've decided I will be doing something I did not do last year, or really at any point in my golf career, and take lessons. So taking lessons every other week is definitely something that is on my to-do list. Had my first lesson today. Spoiler alert, game changer. I think we're on the right trajectory here. And yeah, I guess you'll have to stay tuned for season 2, am I right? Later. Same thing.